grip strength, your arm strength.
I turn this back on. Audio test. Audio test. I'm struggling with the audio. Trying to see if the audio comes through because it doesn't want to come through. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't care. Go back, please. Why would we have no audio? Okay, there we go. The audio is coming through now. That makes me upset. Anyway, all right, we're back after that quite small little hiccup. Finally have audio. Right in Milo Wagner's run. Not quite sure why the audio was cutting out there, but it seems we've had it fixed.
Gotta love technology.
Gotta love technology sometimes.
But Milo is on to hold on tight. Grip strength is there. Just needs to make it to the rings to then do... Oh, nice completion there.
Yep, very nice. Coming in with a full clear so far at Obstacle 7 Attack. Gonna have to get really far to jump and be able to swing right through to the orange pad. Onto the window stride. Another one that we're a little worried about with our height, but should be able to get through. Trying to figure out how to push himself into the windowsill perfectly. And he's going to be able to shimmy all the way across.
That is a very narrow ledge. Does an excellent job. Just needs to make it through to the landing.
Mm-hmm.
On course for a full clear. Let's see if he's able to complete it.
Yep, 2 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock.
At this point, he's got to be feeling a little bit of the burn, as this is really an upper body intensive course. Wow. Doing a great job. Just needs to make it through. Onto the wall runner.
Mm-hmm. Able to get onto that French fry very nicely.
Skips the bar, goes directly through. Again, some of that creativity shown by Milo.
All right, coming over to our final obstacle. Able to grab that yellow ring, being able... Oh! Luckily, the zip line is tilted at an angle to where he's just going to come right back. Grabbing the nice little spikes there. Able to get all the way up to the buzzer. And going to finish at a full clear of minute 56. Very nicely done.
High fives all around. Great job by Milo. I believe that's our first full clear
I
today.
believe it is. Coming right back over to our run order real quick. Next up is going to be Miles Stefanik, followed by Kellen Bohan. Two more of our team kids. Very excited to see them run. I believe Miles is already up on the start platform. Kellen is going to be his chalk caddy. And as we saw yesterday with these two, they're probably going to switch roles, and Miles will probably be Kellen's chalk caddy right after he goes. Kellen's coming right out on to the black block, taking a few extra swings. Very nicely done. Now, our Skyhook kids have had a lot of practice with the skateboard, so you can see them being able to get much farther and closer to the block. Able to get over. Very nicely done.
Close. Wants to be careful here about shifting his weight. Not too much to avoid falling down. Doing a great job there. Wants to be careful not to touch the ground.
Very nicely done. Going up the warped wall, on to the yellow pads.
Nice completion there.
Now, again, with all of our Skyhook kids, they've had a lot of practice with these cliffhangers, so we should be able to see Miles make every move count, just continuously shimmying forward.
Looks like he's going... Oh, there's a good beta for the other competitors to take note of.
Every time you're able to skip half of an obstacle, it's always worth it, especially if there's little to no risk of falling.
And it'll preserve their strength and energy moving down for the further obstacles. Getting great power right there, generating a lot of power.
All right, we're going to see here. He's going to really have to be careful about grabbing this bar because it is going to move a little bit. Oh, tried to Lachey, not able to get enough power. Unfortunate, but very good job. Coming on to the hold on tight, only able to use the right holds right there, as that's what you're going to want, and just able to swing right through to the next obstacle. Very well done.
Again, another beta shown by Miles, using one ring just to make that Lachey. Oh, take his tumble there.
Fortunately, just a little too little power on the jump. Coming right over to the windowsill. So far, we haven't seen anyone struggle with their height on the windowsill, which is, I love to see that, because it was a worry of the course design.
Again, that was the third beta shown by Miles. Did not even need the use of the bar. Went right from the devil steps to the pad.
Unfortunately, not able to get up to those bars. Just a little too little of a bounce. Coming over to the French fry right now, really trying to look for that landing right in the middle.
Right. Great.
And he finds it perfectly. Pinpoint accuracy coming out from Miles Stefanik right now. And he's on to our final obstacle at 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. You can see Coach Gavin with his big smile, happy that his team kids are doing this well. Doesn't find the second ring. Gonna want to come back and try again. There we go. Grabs it right onto the pegs.
Needs to generate the power to be able to grab the peg. Excellent.
And hits the buzzer with 1 minute 48 remaining on the clock. Nice run of only 3 fails at 3:11. Love to see it coming out from Miles. On track from yesterday. Going to be very happy with that run, I can tell.
Especially this is the more advanced, harder course. So, yes, got to be happy with that run.
Yes, this course is harder than yesterday's, so only getting 3 fails at a time of just under 3 minutes, very, very nice to see. All right, next up is going to be Kellen Bohan. I believe Miles is probably going to be Kellen's chalk caddy again. And we'll head back over here, and yep, you can see them right there, getting ready to run. Just waiting for the thumbs up from Gavin. There's the countdown, and Kellen is off. Trying to only take a single swing here, and is able to find the pad with that one swing. Gonna get a lot of power coming in to the skateboard here. Just comes up just a little
bit short. Needs to scoot over.
Oh, accidentally jumps off this board. Totally fine. Gonna keep his momentum going into the second balance obstacle, and accidentally touches the floor. Gonna want to regain his composure just a little bit coming into the cliff adventure. He has a lot of time, 4 minutes 30 seconds, and he can definitely take a little bit of time here to really recuperate and make sure that he gets back in his mindset. Nice clear on the cliffhanger, using Miles' beta to just skip the second half of that obstacle.
Generating some good momentum here. Hopefully he can grab that black bar, which he does.
Beautiful.
Again, like you pointed out, that flying bar does move, so it needs to be careful.
And he is able to grab it. You can see he's using switch grip there, because he really needs to make sure he can get up to that black bar, and he does, just like that. I believe for this tier, they are going to have to do a single bar hop. Oh, no, he's able to just go straight to the black block. Very nicely done. And coming right on over to the hold on tight. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining on the clock with obstacle 6, making absolutely great time right now.
I think it's a great decision by Kellen, to chalk up, take a little break before heading on to hold on tight. Oh, takes the same beta that was performed by his chalk caddy, using that one ring only to then Lachey over to the landing platform.
Now he saw Miles not be able to make this jump, so he's going to take a little extra time to really make sure he can jump farther, just like that. And he's going to land right on the orange pad. Beautifully done. Really taking in what he learned from watching Miles' run and putting it into use for full effect.
There you saw on the screen just how narrow that windowsill is.
It's only about 3-4 inches across.
Yeah, so you need to push up while pressing down so you don't slip off. Taking the same beta, using just a devil step saving a little bit of that power in his arms and his hands. Great job by Kellen. Monkey bar, using the monkey bar technique through the broken bridge.
Very nicely done. Completing another obstacle just like that. Absolutely dominating this back half of the course. Really going to have to make sure that on this black bar, he lands right in the middle of that French fry, as it is extremely deceiving.
There you can see the angle that he needs to take.
Oh,
does he save?
He's
He save? Oh, great!
I didn't see him touch the floor. At
that
least.
was great.
All right, coming in with the final obstacle here, zip to the finish with 2 minutes still remaining. Definitely can afford to shake it out right before he gets on this ring if he needs to, but he doesn't. Going to come right in, grab that second ring, and use his backward momentum to just go straight to the black. Never mind, he's going to kick once, twice, and makes it.
Right. I thought he did a great job in slowing down his momentum at the end. Instead of swinging wildly, he was able to control it, refocus his direction, to then be able to smash that buzzer. Great job.
Very dominant performance of a time of 3:31, only failing 2 obstacles, and it was the first little bit of the course. Second 2/3 really. Absolutely dominated the course with basically, in my opinion, a full clear almost.
Right. Yeah, shook off some of those early fails to finish off strong. Love to see that.
Emmy Schlanzer coming out now. Another one of our Skyhook team kids. Just getting right into it, not even taking a break. Gonna take a few extra swings on that bar.
Making that adjustment so her body lines up, and I think that's really important, really critical to allow her to complete that obstacle.
Definitely.
A little bit short on the skateboard, and I've seen all the ninjas, they're going to need to generate a little bit more speed and momentum to get that skateboard a little bit closer.
We've seen a lot of the ninjas jump onto the skateboard, which actually is not the intended way to do it. You really want to keep low and basically run onto it and really stiff that front leg so you can just glide across the ground on the skateboard. I believe they're allowed to hit the block with the skateboard, so there's no reason to not try and get as much momentum as possible. Emmy going through this course really well, getting all the way through the balance obstacles, no problem at all. I'm going to come right over here to the cliffhanger, chalking up just a little bit from her chalk caddy, Sydney, who we will see run in a little bit, probably about an hour-ish from now.
I wonder if she's going to use that beta that was shown by the earlier ninjas. Oh, it says she's going around.
That's a great thing to know. If you don't feel confident swinging, definitely take just a little bit of extra time to get all the way over so you're more confident in getting to the pad. Because sometimes you might want to go for a swing that you don't think you can get and you're going to fall off. Unfortunately, not able to take advantage of her gut feeling there, but still a great decision coming out from Emmy. Gonna get a huge swing here to get up to that black bar. Very nicely done. Now she's seen a few people slip off of that bar, and unfortunately she's also gonna fall victim to it. Very good try coming out from Emmy. Gonna come right over onto the hold on tight now.
Looking to regroup.
Able to slide right back onto that starting platform.
Onto hold on tight.
Now, those red holds are actually relatively decent. Very easy to get over to the ring. Gonna have to take both of them to swing through, though. Very nicely done. On to obstacle 7 with 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. And she was watching Miles' run, so she is also really going to want to take her time on this jump. Lining herself up, really focusing, and launches and grabs it perfectly. Very well done. Awesome work. Coming over to the windowsill now. Shouldn't have any issue with this.
She's back on track. You can see the confidence starting to come through. She's had 2 successful completions. Just needs to make this window stride obstacle.
100%. And just taking her time on it just to make sure she really is confident getting through to that pad. And she is on to the 9th obstacle with 1:50 left. able to reach that bar and going to be able to come through the back half of the broken bridge now.
For the viewers at home, it's at this point that your arms and hands are starting to burn. She's doing a great job. Hopefully, just
barely
came up
missing it.
short.
You can definitely see her arms are starting to get just a little bit tired now. Gonna want to take maybe a few seconds here just to really recuperate her arms. And she still has a minute and 20 seconds left for the last two obstacles. Having a little bit too much swing here. Has to go over to the French fry. I think she thought she was going over to the wall. I'm going to go over to the final obstacle now. Can definitely take our time here to get all the way down the ring.
Yeah, she just needs to come down to zip to the finish. Here she comes. There's a lot of momentum there. You can see.
And is able to grab the ring on her second run through. Yeah, and as you pointed out, there's a lot of momentum there. Sometimes contestants don't actually feel comfortable grabbing the ring on their very first swing through because if they release one of their hands, they might peel off the ring. So waiting just a little bit to come back and down with just a little less momentum is actually maybe the best option they can do for that obstacle. Very good run coming from Emmy. 4 minutes, 31 seconds with only 4 fails. Very, very good.
Yeah, she's got to be happy as well.
Seeing her celebrate with her fellow teammates, Sydney and Evelyn, both of whom we will see run later. Our next runner is going to be Oliver Mansfield. Now, Oliver you saw on the course a little bit earlier. Gavin was having him test out some of his height jumps just to make sure he could get up to things, and he seemed to have no problem whatsoever getting on to these obstacles. So I'm very interested to see how well he's going to be doing on this course now.
Yeah. Given his stature, I hope he's taking note, watching the earlier ninjas, especially on that skateboard. He's going to need to generate a lot of power, momentum to move that skateboard.
Mm-hmm. I'm also very interested to see how he's going to tackle the tack attack, because that is probably the biggest jump in the course. And you saw him there. He was able to stiff his leg on the front, being able to transfer a lot of that
great
energy
job there.
Right into the skateboard.
Wow.
And just kind of waltzing through the course right now. Not even looking like he's taking an effort. Just absolutely graceful. Love to see this.
No problem for Oliver.
No problem whatsoever. Coming right on to the cliff adventure. And you're going to see him shimmy pretty fast across this. Might try to go for the mile strategy of swinging. And he does indeed.
Looks like he's doing the same.
And is able to land very beautifully.
Again, it's very advantageous to go a little bit later in your runs if you can, so you can see some of the betas created by or spotted by other ninjas. Takes a tumble there.
Now, what we saw happen there is he tried to grab that swinging bar with both hands facing forward, and as we've said multiple times, that bar really likes to spin. So for future ninjas, take note on that bar. You're really going to want to grab with a cross grip, so it's not going to spin. Still having his momentum going forward. On to the tack attack. This is the obstacle we were the most worried about.
It's a far leap for Oliver. Let's see if he's lining it up. He's going to need a big jump.
And he's able to grab
it. Fantastic.
Awesome jump from Oliver. That kid has hops for days.
Wow, that was amazing. Great effort. Really took his time, lined it up, and exploded off of that.
And you can see he can almost get his entire foot on the windowsill there. Just for context of how far he jumped there. It's crazy. No problem with the tack attack whatsoever. 2 minutes and 50 seconds coming into the 9th obstacle, the Broken Bridge. Was able to make this jump earlier in the course walkthrough. And he's able to make it again.
Wow, that was awesome.
This kid's going to be a tall jumper when he's older.
Wow, especially when he did it earlier. That's, he's fresh, but now in the middle of the course, sometimes it's a little bit different. He's a little bit tired, and he was still able to do it.
100%. Landing right on to the mat. Now, since he is of a little bit of a shorter stature, this might be a little harder to land here. Since the French fry is kind of curved on the inside, you really got to make sure you're landing right in the middle. And it did tilt. But he did touch the floor, unfortunately.
It was very close.
I thought he was safe on that one, but unfortunately, Gavin disagrees. right onto the final obstacle with 2 minutes remaining. Now, I believe we're going to see him try to grab the ring on the very first run through. Just like that. Oh!
It's exactly what you had told the viewers earlier, that sometimes you're generating so much momentum. If you grab that ring on the first try, you might peel off. Unfortunately, that happened to Oliver, but still a great run. Very impressive by Oliver.
Yes, a time of 2:30 with only 3 fails. Very, very nice. This is going to be our final runner for the Tier 2 Kids and Mature Kids male. And female, Jacob Foe. We saw him run yesterday, as we did most of these other competitors. And Jacob is looking for some revenge on the course today. He really is looking for that full clear, and really is going to want to make sure that he can get all the way through. You can see him stiff leg that skateboard, not even needing to get a few more hip thrusts in there, able to just go all the way through. Right into the balance line. Now, you've seen all of our contestants use their hands just to make sure that they can get on to that beam right there. But later, their hands are not going to be able to be allowed. You're going to see people just kind of running right around that pole.
Off to a great start. Let's see if he decides to... Nope, he's going to go all the way around.
Decides to go all the way through. It's still going to lachey just a little bit.
Decides not to use the last 2 cliffhangers. And I think that's probably the right move. Sometimes if you go all the way to the end, your body's not aligned to the landing pad.
As we've seen from a few other ninjas who have gone all the way to the final cliffhanger, it's a little hard to get that sideways swing, especially when the block that you're on is really trying to force you to go in a very specific way. You're going to see him probably only use a single ring here. Yep, just like that, all the way through.
Saving some energy for the later part of the course.
I know he's going to be a little bit worried about this jump. Going to see him take a small bit of time to line himself up. Very nice, able to go straight through. I believe, yes, that is a clear. He didn't hit the floor. And coming up straight to the windowsill now.
And you saw that he dismounted in one swing after successfully grabbing those skyhooks, saving, again, a little bit more energy.
Very nicely done. Full clear so far, coming into the broken bridge, just under 3 minutes. Now, as we saw yesterday, the broken bridge, when you're coming from the way we're facing right now, it's very easy to just kind of lachey through. But since the bars are at a jagged angle coming from the other way, you're not really able to get that smooth transition, and you're going to have to take a little bit of extra time.
Lining up to land on the...
And he's good.
And he completes it.
Very nicely done. All right, full clear coming to the final obstacle. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining.
He knows he's about to be on course for a full clear. Just needs to complete zip to the finish. Probably taking note of not trying to peel off. Grabs it successfully. Just needs to orient his body towards that peg. Which he does.
Nicely done. At a time of 1 minute, 58 seconds. Going to hit that buzzer.
Full clear. Great job by Jacob.
Done. A full run of 3 minutes and 1 second full clear. Love to see it. Definitely got the revenge he was looking for on that course today. Now, if I was the runners right over there, I would probably be looking at that French fry, because that French fry has taken out a few of our competitors now. Now, I think for our Tier 1, they're not going to be using the French fry.
In fact, there goes the French fry.
Yep, you can see it right there being taken away.
I think he wants to eat that French fry.
Haven't changed over to our next tier just yet. Just kind of waiting. Having some minor course adjustments we're going to have to make just to make sure that our next runners can go. See if we got it up just now.
But I think the next wave of ninjas should take note of the skateboard. As you pointed out, maybe a stiffer front foot, energy required to propel themselves so they're closer to the blue pad.
100%. And taking a look at our run order right here, Brooklyn Davis is up first, Sydney Foote running right after her. And then we have Nikita, Jameson, and Brady all running right within each other. Going to be a very, very hard front half of the Tier 1 qualifiers. Very much looking forward to this. I definitely want to see some more full clears on this harder version of the course. Just waiting for the thumbs up from Gavin. I believe everything else is as good as it can be.
And I think Brooklyn's just patiently waiting. Still needs to lock in, stay relaxed. She'll be able to do a great job.
And as we mentioned yesterday, actually, sometimes having to be on the starting platform and waiting like 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds can really take you out of the experience sometimes, just because you're so ready to go and you're waiting for that timer and it just doesn't hit. And it can be kind of mentally disorienting just a little bit. So she's really going to have to get back in that mindset as soon as she goes into the course. All right, there's the thumbs up, getting ready to go.
Waiting for that countdown.
And she's off. Now, we have the opposite issue of yesterday today. It seems we don't have the obstacles for our Tier 1 division, but we did have it for the Tier 2. Kind of funny bug we're running into here with NinjaWorks, but we'll get all that sorted out for our next competition in February. Triple header comp. Be there or be square.
Definitely. Triple header. How exciting. I think it's the first time I've ever heard. Oh, she takes a tumble.
Yep. Unfortunately, just not able to make her foot on that final beam, but definitely going to keep that momentum from the first obstacle, for first two obstacles actually, going in to the cliffhanger. I believe now they are going to have to go over to the Dragon's Teeth from the cliffhangers, going down those bananas and rings. Definitely making it a little bit harder. We might see some of our contestants try to just launch themselves straight from that first ring to the platform, but I believe Brooklyn is going to be trying to go all the way down.
Trying to get her direction so she can grab. Oh, she does.
She's able to grab the banana. Yeah, that direction is going to be very hard because there's no good way to go from the cliffhangers on to the rings, because no matter which way you're facing, you're going to be facing outwards.
Right.
All right, trying to lachey to that bar. Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
Peels off.
And once again, we're going to want a lot of our Tier 1 ninjas to take note that bar does spin, and it probably is in your best interest to try and lachey to it, because we've seen time and time again now multiple ninjas trying to grab that bar and just spinning right off of it. Coming right over the second ring, taking one swing, and forward just like that.
It's a big,
the jump.
Big leap. Oh!
Just barely misses it, unfortunately, coming up to the windowsill now. Just going to have to press herself really, really well into that sill. And some of these ninjas are going to be where we're going to see that height issue come into play. I mean, Brooklyn's arms are just barely not big enough to be able to do it. And as anyone bigger, pretty much, is just not going to be able to hang on to that windowsill properly. Coming in with the rings up. Very nicely done. Onto the broken bridge.
Hopefully she's feeling comfortable having performed that obstacle yesterday.
100%. She seems to be having a lot of fun on the course right now. Finishes out the broken bridge with one final swing. Just like that.
Just like that. Great.
All right, now you're going to see the first variation of the wall run obstacle, where it actually is a wall run. Contestants are going to have to really lachey over to that black block. Kind of a really far lachey.
Oh.
Very nicely tried from Brooklyn. Definitely going to be a hard obstacle for the rest of our Tier 1 qualifiers. Coming right back down into the zip to the finish. Probably going to see her take that second swing again, not wanting to grab the ring immediately. Never mind, she is going to grab it. Very nicely done. Was able to use her hips to kind of slow down the ring just a little bit to not have to really fly out. Very nice body control coming out from Brooklyn, and is going to hit the buzzer at a time at 1 minute and 24 seconds.
Yeah, really finished strong. Back half of the course. Great job by Brooklyn.
Very nice run. What a way to start the first Tier 1 qualifiers of the second day. And now our next ninja, Sydney Foote, one of our team kids, one of the youngest team kids actually. She was on team, I believe, when she was 6 years old, maybe 7. Very impressive. And I know she's 100% looking for that full clear.
Right, for the viewers at home, the alignment, she had no problem with that.
And you saw her stiff arm,
Oh,
stiff leg that skateboard just a little bit. Very easily able to get through.
she is attacking this course with determination.
And you can see her really making use of those arms on the balance course, using some of the pinwheels just to kind of keep herself situated. Very nicely done, making it look absolutely effortless so far. Not even going to take chalk from her fellow competitor Evelyn. And we're going to see her take a single swing forward and probably release now, coming all the way around, being able to grab that banana on the backswing.
She's moving with purpose.
And now Sydney's definitely been watching everyone so far, so we're probably going to see her try and lâcher here, where everyone else has been reaching.
Oh.
No, okay, she's going to reach for that underhand, and immediately once she grabs it, she takes that other hand off and grabs it. That is another way to do it because you really don't want to see that grabbing from the forward and just kind of spinning off.
Right.
Only going to use one ring here. Very easy for Sydney.
Very efficient with her movement.
Yep.
With
Doesn't
one
even have to
swing.
worry about that.
That was an example. Going right from the skyhooks, jumping and dismounting in one swing. Not needing to take a second swing and burning more energy.
I mean, Ninja's all about conserving energy, especially Fast Ninja. Still has 3 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock coming in to our 9th obstacle. Not only is she going for that full clear now, it looks like she's going straight for first place with a very dominant run.
Going into this 9th, was it the 10th obstacle?
Yep,
the
10th
wall
obstacle,
run?
the wall runner. This is a very big lâcher.
Oh!
Able to nail it, though. And launches to the pad. I believe we're still on the full clear pace for just under 3 minutes. And you're definitely going to see her go for that quick cycle on the ring and just grab it immediately as she comes down. Just like that.
Gotta be super excited to smash this buzzer and get a full clear in
Absolutely.
a time of 2:18.
Exactly. Super good run coming out from Sydney. Gonna see both of her brothers, Devin and Griffin Foote, run later. So you definitely know she's going to be in the audience cheering on her fellow competitors the whole day. Next up is Nikita Ash. Once again, another one of our team kids. Seems like we have a small little course malfunction that we're going to be using the ladder for. So we're just going to come right over to our webcam real quick and talk just a little bit about what we've seen so far. John, what do you think about how our Tier 2 competitors have done so far in our first few Tier 1s?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how they were going to tackle the wall run. That seems to be more like a parkour type of element, but I thought Sydney just did a great job on that last run there.
100%. It's always really cool being able to see our smallest competitors make these huge moves right in the middle of a course. As we saw with Oliver earlier, just those huge jumps going all the way onto the Skyhook and the lâcher bars. Very, very nicely done from all of our competitors so far. Just tightening up a few bolts right now, and we'll get right back into it. But
yeah, I think the ninjas that are waiting in line, waiting to attack the course, probably taking note again just how pumpy this course is with the cliffhanger modification for this tier 1. It's going to be really important for them to make that transition to the dragon's teeth efficiently without burning too much of their energy.
100%. And it really sets you up in the worst way possible. So contestants are going to have to take a few extra swings just to properly careen themselves. Now, I believe there is a beta there where you're just going to go straight from the back half of the cliffhangers straight to that ring, skipping that side corner altogether. We'll see if any of our competitors can find that. But we're definitely looking forward to this second half of our Tier 1 runners. Looks like we're just making a few minor adjustments. I believe some of our bolts are just a little bit loose right now. Gonna transition back over to our camera to kind of see what's going on. Just have Gavin kind of searching for anything else that needs tightening while he was already tightening some other things. And then I believe we're going to get right into our next runners, which, as I already mentioned, is going to be Nikita Ash, followed by Jamison Rust and Brady Schmaviich. Every single person running in this list so far actually ran
Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah. And I have a very, very dominant display of really good ninjas coming up, such as Ben Kuiper and Kai Davis Martins. Very excited to see some of them run. And Benjamin Slee used to train here, actually, and is now training over at Life Force ever since he moved up there. Very nice to see him back in the gym for our second day in a row. All right, Nikita is up on the start platform so far, and just kind of waiting for the green light from Gavin.
Looks like the course, is it set?
I believe everything is good. Maybe not. Not quite sure what's going on. I don't know if there's something loose or...
Looks like for this tier, for this division, 1 bar hop is required, right?
I believe so. So maybe he's switching out the bars. But we've already had a few of our we've had one Tier 1 runner already go, so I'm not exactly sure.
Looks like the thumbs up, though. I think Gavin's given the thumbs up. Looks like Sydney should be able to go.
And there we go. And that's back over to Nikita Ash, I believe. He has the thumbs up now.
Okay.
And you're going to see the next variation of this course where you're going to have to kick over the drawbridge.
Like a superhero.
Just like that.
Nice. Generating great power there.
Now, Nikita's always been really good at the skateboard, and you saw it demonstrated so clearly there just by going super fast and in one fluid motion getting able to be over the blue block. Just going to make his way effortlessly through the balance course. It slips just a little bit. Gonna want to take some note of that.
On that wall run.
On the wall run and for that tack block over there.
Right, want to make sure he doesn't slip off that wall run down later part of the course. Seems to be doing great here as he heads into the next obstacle.
Absolutely flying through the course right now. Still, it's 3 minutes and 10 seconds going into the flying bar. And you saw that he did the small little Sydney strategy right there, trying to get his hand under there. And as soon as he touches it, just grabbing his other hand. Small little lâché there, which is what you want to see.
Needs to line up with the cradle, which he does. Doesn't want to slip out.
We're going to see if he's going to... He might just try to go straight to the bar from here. And he does. He skips the bar hop entirely, going straight to the bar and to the pad. Love to see that. Now our second variation of this obstacle, the hold on tight, you're going to have to start from that orange pad over there and just kind of makes it a little bit longer, basically.
Great creativity from Nikita to skip that flying bar and just lâché all the way over to the end. The other ninjas are probably taking note. There is a little risk, though, that you don't peel out of that cradle. So we'll see what the other ninjas decide to do. But Nikita on course, I believe it's a full clear so far.
So far, it is
no fail. So yeah, I think he's got to be excited to keep up his pace.
And now you see where we were mentioning earlier, where
taller ninjas.
Yep, our taller ninjas are starting to struggle with that windowsill. Usually it's the other way around, where our smaller ninjas like to struggle with some of our obstacles, and it's really refreshing to see that actually this time the smaller ninjas are going to get a little bit of an advantage on that one. Coming right over to our bar, to the wall run, probably only going to take 1 or 2 swings here. Launches himself perfectly with just a single swing, and is going to be running at 1 minute, 20 seconds on to our final obstacle. Now, one thing we did forget to mention earlier is that the time limit has changed from 5 minutes down to 4 minutes for the rest of our competitors today. And that's going to be a very dominant run at 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Nikita's obviously happy with that. Full clear.
Only
Great time.
250.
Yeah, great time. Definitely setting the bar for the rest of the competitors.
Jameson Rust coming up next. Definitely has a tough run to follow, but I believe that if anyone can follow that, it will be Jameson. I'm just getting right into it. Taking a few extra swings just to make sure he can really get it. That nice little hop there, carrying his momentum straight onto the red pad.
Wow, what power.
Beautiful skateboarding done. Now, during team practice, Jameson and our last runner always loved to do the skateboard, and you can really see it come into play there. And you can see Carter Wood being Jameson's chalk caddy right now. Carter will be running later today. Really eyeing that cliffhanger. I believe Jameson's going to be trying to look for a skip move. Not sure if that was the correct skip move that he was looking for, but it does work for him, being able to really go through super fast right to the red ring on to the blue pad.
Great body control by Jameson there. Really avoided, swinging wildly out of control. Was able to kind of center himself to then complete that obstacle.
And when he recognized that maybe what he was trying to do wasn't the correct way, he was able to course correct himself very beautifully, very fast, and was just able to go immediately. Gonna try to really get this lined up here, and he finds it. He just saw Nikita skip this as well. Might be trying to do that same thing, as I know he's a little bit worried about the actual bar hop move.
Wants to make sure he doesn't peel out. Oh!
He did indeed try what Nikita did. Just came up just a little bit short. Very nice attempt coming out from Jameson. Just coming right over now to the hold on tight. That's the hold on tight is just our little interlude obstacle right between the tack attack.
So for this tier, Jameson needs to take the ring, which is a new element.
You saw in tier 2 that it was just jumping, and unfortunately it hits the front of the Skyhook, meaning that the ring is not going to be able to get around on top of it. Seems like he's okay from the small little tumble, and he's just going to keep going onto the window stride. You definitely see that he's getting a little bit tired now, so he has 1 minute and 40 seconds left, so he's probably going to want to take just a small little rest break right here before he goes in. Or not, he's just going to go straight into the broken bridge. You can definitely see him getting tired on the rings, but he's still going. And he's going to clear the broken bridge. Very nicely done. Finally going to chalk up just a little bit for these last 2 obstacles. 1 minute still on the clock. Now you know he's going to want revenge on this Lachey after earlier. And he finds it very beautifully.
Heading into the hold on. No, zip to the finish.
Final obstacle.
He's got under a minute. Now, should be no problem for him.
Depending on how tired he is. Oh, he is just going to go straight for that ring. Very nice.
He's ziplined using one arm only. Jameson has incredible strength.
And some style, it seems.
And he's pulling himself to the finish.
Very nice run coming from Jameson. 3 minutes, 24 seconds.
He looked a little gassed at the end, but he was determined. Great to see that.
You can see him going and getting his fist bumps from all of his friends, his fellow team kids. Next up's going to be Brady Shmayev. I don't know how to say that name. That's unfortunate for me.
He's from Los Angeles, California.
Yes, we saw him run yesterday. I believe he's being coached by Coach Becca of Life Force and Ninja Fitness. Not sure if he trains there regularly or if this is just because there's not another coach for him, but I'm very interested to see how he's going to do on this course.
Oh, he overshot that.
So that's where you're going to see on the skateboard, where if you don't stiff leg that very first one, it's just going to kind of not move at all. You can see Coach Vita off to the side there just for a second. She was here until 5:30 a.m. last night and is already back at 10 a.m., only getting about maybe 4 hours of sleep. Very cool to see her back in the gym. Brady coming right back in through the cliffhanger is going to grab that ring. reset himself, take a single kick forward.
There, that's exactly where I'm sure the course designers were thinking. That's going to be the challenge. Where
Right.
you swinging wildly. He's trying to reorient his body so he can grab that banana.
Might benefit him to just get a little bit farther on that cliffhanger and then take just one more swing forward. Wasting a lot of energy on this ring. At this point, it might just benefit him to drop. Yep, just like that. He's going to want to shake it out just a little bit to really make sure he can get these next few obstacles.
Right, that was a great decision by Brady. Just to drop at that point. Gave it his best effort, but just came up short.
Mm-hmm. In Ninja, you always want to get as many points as you can, but you also really got to think about the future. That if you take so much time on just a single obstacle, your arms are just going to be dead for the next few, and that might cost you some points down the road.
Right, exactly. But it's clear Brady is determined.
Mm-hmm. Definitely getting a little tired now. He still has 2 minutes on the course, though, so he's going to want...
I think he was headed towards the
wall run.
Wall run, but yeah.
Going right back onto the hold on tight.
There he goes.
Probably going to get some chalk right after this from his coach.
There. Nice completion there.
We're not going without chalk for this. You can see his shoes are a little slippery.
Needs a big jump. Needs a precision. Oh, he just came up short.
Peels off, unfortunately. Now, sometimes you want to take that chalk. Sometimes you don't want to take the chalk. 50-50 sometimes. Just going to try and finish out the rest of this course.
Oh.
Definitely getting really tired now. Might benefit him to just take a small little rest break to regain his composure just a little bit. Making quick work of the broken bridge, though. Very nicely done.
Moving well. And it may be that he feels comfortable from yesterday tackling the broken bridge and just simply wanted to do it again to get back on track. Oh, great
Definitely.
move there by Brady.
Very nice, Lachey.
He's coming back on strong. What a finish. We got less than a minute.
For the final obstacle.
He's eyeing the zip line.
Might just try to grab the ring immediately, just like that. Doesn't peel off. Love to see that. Just has to grab the pegs now.
He's a little bit tired. Needs to just kick. Get his body going.
You can see him breathing really heavily. Just has 3 more moves to make until he can hit that buzzer.
Hold on tight. Coach Becca's giving some advice. There you go. Kick. He's got the momentum. Now he can reach.
Just got to get his foot on the wall.
Oh my goodness. And he holds it.
Very nicely done.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely stunning finish from Brady at just over 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Great finish by Brady at the end. Had a few hiccups earlier in the course, but came on strong.
Mm-hmm. That ending was very, very nice to see after a somewhat troubling middle course, but it's very nice to see that he was able to finish it out extremely well. Ben Kuiper coming out next. Another Life Force Ninja being coached by Coach Jaden, I believe it is. Very, very interested to see this guy run because we saw him run yesterday and he actually did quite well. So we're definitely looking to see him continue that momentum from yesterday into today. But of course, whole new day, whole different mindset.
Whole different new course, right?
New course,
different obstacles. So yeah, other than the broken bridge, but it's the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. Just waiting for the thumbs up from Gavin.
Looks like we're about to go. There you hear the countdown. Lines up his body. Great, let's say. Let's see. Oh!
Now, that was really interesting because he got on the skateboard, but you kind of saw him immediately realize that he was tumbling over. So he actually made the correct decision of just trying to jump for it, which was the best decision that he could have made right there. But unfortunately, just wasn't able to complete that jump. But very good control over his mind, knew exactly what he had to do, even in impossible situations like that.
Now he's on to the cliff adventure. Needs to make that transition over to the ring.
Grabs it very nicely, just taking a single swing right over to the banana. Beautifully done. And probably just going to go straight from this ring to the platform.
Which
Just
he
like
does.
that.
Has a switch grip.
Grabs it very nice. Gonna probably see him incorporate the strategy that all the other ninjas have done, doing that underbar swing and then matching with that other grip. Just needs to go straight up to this black bar here, bringing the bar right through. Trying to find that cradle.
Oh, there he
Finds it.
goes.
And now we've yet to see someone actually do the bar hop. Everyone has just lashayed so far. We'll see if he continues this streak.
Looks like he's doing that.
And he
I
does.
bet he does.
Make the lachet. Very nicely done.
Again, the risk is peeling off of that cradle there, but he avoids that. Great job by Ben.
Because if you have too much power, that bar can just come straight out of the cradle and you can come crashing down. But very nice body control, knowing how much power you can effectively give versus what you have to do to throw yourself for that lachet. Coming right up for the skyhooks right here. Just got to jump
with that ring and hook it onto that skyhook. Which
very
he does.
nicely done. Right onto the pad.
And he dismounts. Again, saving some of that energy for the later part of the course. He seems a little bit taller. Let's see how he handles the window stride.
Yep. Really having to just get his arms under the push. You see him having to push out a little farther, having those wide arms, just because his arms are a little bit longer. Pretty soon that's going to be a little too tall for some of our other ninjas. But I believe later they're going to be doing the actual devil steps instead of the windowsill. So we might not actually run into the issue that I was worried about of some of our taller ninjas being at a disadvantage there.
Yeah, he's picking up momentum. He just sailed through the broken bridge.
Beautiful lachet. 1 minute left on the clock for this final obstacle. Should have no problem whatsoever.
Coach Jaden encouraging him on to finish the zip to the finish. He's got 40 seconds or so. Should have no problem.
Oh, and I believe they're not allowed to use those black, but very nicely done. 3 minute, 20-second run. I believe that was a full clear. Not entirely sure. I don't remember.
I think he missed the...
Oh, you're right. He missed the
skateboard.
So only a single fail. Still very, very dominant run coming out from Ben right there. And now we're moving on to our very own Kai Davis Martins. Kai used to come to Skyhook all the time, but unfortunately had to move away. And this competition, finally able to come back. And very nice to see him in the gym always.
Yeah, since the last time I've seen Kai, I think he's grown about a foot. No, I'm kidding, but he certainly has grown taller, much like his father there, who you see carrying the chalk. But even though he's grown about a foot, he skips a few of the balance obstacles. His ninja skills have sharpened.
100%. Sometimes just taking a break is what you need to do to really break some of the bad habits and just kind of go back to what you need. I know me personally, whenever I take breaks from ninjas, sometimes I just come back and I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before, and it's always such a good feeling. Just going to skip that final banana right over to the pad, just like that. And coming in to our bar hop, Kai, I definitely know, has the lachet skills to go for that big lachet. So I'm fully expecting him to, just like all the other competitors, skip the actual bar hop portion of this obstacle. Very nicely done. Now, what he just did is actually really interesting. We might see some competitors later just go to that bar and opt for throwing the bar hop down there and just kind of going for that black lachet to the other metal bar. Might be a beta in the future. Unfortunately, he's not able to find the bar into the cradle and is just going to go straight on to the hold on tight, making it look extremely easy.
Yeah, he's back on track. After completing hold on tight, needs to take the ring to the skyhook. Now his height should help him here.
100%. He is much taller than some of our other competitors, so we should have no problem finding the skyhook ring, just like that. Does have a small incidental on the floor, but Gavin allows him to continue going. But now this is where the height might kind of might be a little hard on the windowsill. We'll see how he tries to tackle this. You can see him really trying to think.
Right. And that's what happens. You might have a certain game plan in the beginning, but when you're actually out on the obstacle, your brain might come up with some other method to successfully complete, like we're watching right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely was trying to go in with one game plan, realized it wasn't going to work, and was able to course correct very effortlessly.
He's flying through the broken bridge, probably feeling comfortable from yesterday. Just needs to make this lache, which he does.
Little over 1 minute left on the clock for the final obstacle.
He's running fast. He realizes time is against him. Just needs to do the zip line.
And he lands it beautifully.
And
had a small little slip there, but was able to recover. Very nicely done. 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Great job by Kai.
Mm-hmm. Coming in
and he gets carried off by his father.
Love to see a good father-son dynamic there. Going over to all his old friends, getting some pats in the head.
Next up, we have Benjamin.
Yep, these are our two final runners for this division right here. Benjamin Slee and Graham. I believe Graham was one of our runners yesterday. Ben definitely was. Kicking off that block immediately. Very nicely done. I see Ben slid a little bit on that skateboard, but was able to recover. Very nicely done.
And he was leaning back a little to avoid going too far forward. So great job by Ben. It looks like he slipped on the balance obstacle.
Unfortunate. Mistakes happen, though. Just got to keep your head free. I'm going to keep going through that course. Now, Ben is definitely on the smaller side of some of our competitors in this Tier 1 division. So we're going to see him have to take a little extra time for some of these swings here. Might even have to use the banana. Yep, there you go. You see him having to use the banana there. And then getting up to the bar hop. Now, Ben has some good laches, but I think he's going to have to finally be forced to do the actual bar hop move here. But we'll see if I'm wrong. Yep, having to do a small little lache to that. Seeing him get very comfortable with that lache motion. Trying to find the cradle. And he's got it.
Readjusting.
And I believe this is going to be the first time we're going to see the actual bar hop in motion. No, he's going for the lache. Just barely misses it. Very nice try from Ben there. If he had put any more power on that bar, it would have come straight out of the cradle. He knew the limit of what that cradle could capacitate, and he found it beautifully. Just very, very small inconsistency with the power. Making very quick work of the hold on tight, just like that, onto the tack attack. He's definitely worried about this jump here. Gonna probably take a little bit just to kind of recuperate and figure out his best course of action here.
Needs to make a big leap. As you mentioned, he's on the smaller side, but just came up a little bit short there. But hopefully on the window stride, it suits him well in terms of being able to just traverse very quickly.
You can definitely tell with how quickly he went through that. Coming all the way up to the trampoline. Little over 1 minute left on the clock, making great time here. See him having to lache a little bit through these bigger sections of the broken bridge. I'm not sure if the broken bridge was changed at all from yesterday or if it was just lengthened a little bit. But very nice to see Ben get all the way through it with little problem. Coach Becca giving a big smile to the camera. She knows Ben's doing absolutely amazing. And he finds that
Oh,
huge lache. Very nice to see from some of our smaller competitors getting those gigantic laches. Um, very nice to see that our actual smaller competitors have been more consistently hitting those laches. Kind of going against what I was expecting earlier, but I'm very, very happy to be wrong about that.
great body control again. He's using pushed off the wall to get some momentum.
Little under 30 seconds left on the clock, but should have no problem hitting this buzzer at a very nice 21
Oh,
seconds remaining. Oh, did he not hit it? There we go. Oh, oh.
smash
It's
it.
not hitting. Oh, no.
He hit that 7 times and it finally clicked.
3 minutes, 44 seconds. Very, very nice run coming from Ben. And our final runner of this little heat right here is going to be Graham Royal. I believe Graham's also from Life Force. Yep, you can see him right there, getting ready onto the starting platform. Yep, I don't believe anything needs to be cleared on the course right now, so Gavin's all good to let him start. Seeing him instantly kick that block with his very first swing, so only has to take one swing back. Later, we're probably going to see some ninjas do that all in one swing, just kind of body slam that block and go right onto it. Not that big of a time save, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, right?
Also did a great job on the skateboard. He slid all the way to the blue pad. Great body position. Had 1 foot back.
Yes.
Leaned back, but generated enough momentum. And
Making
he's
very quick work.
very quick work, as you mentioned. Tackling the cliffhangers now.
And once again, we're probably going to see him only have to use that second orange ring to dismount right to the pad.
You can see him lining it up. Pull back swing.
Very nice.
Exactly.
All right, coming into the bar hop now. I believe we're also going to see him try to do the lache. Definitely has the height for it. We'll see if he's confident in it or if we're finally going to see someone actually do the bar hop. You know, people just pretty much skip this obstacle in its entirety as our very first runner showed them the beta for just the lache. You see him have to reach back, find that cradle. Very simply done. Until he has some experience on the bar hop.
Using the switch grip so he doesn't peel off. Just needs to worry about the ball. And he does it.
Very nicely done. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, coming in to our hold on tight halfway through the course.
You saw him shake off his arms. Probably that lactic acid is starting to creep in a little bit there. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Now, luckily on this obstacle, you can take just a little bit of a break while you're trying to line up your jump. Doesn't even try to line it up, just going straight through. Gonna shake out his arms just a little bit as he goes up to the windowsill.
He's a little bit taller.
Gonna have to do what some of our runners did earlier, having to readjust what their game plan was in their mind. And he gets it very nicely done. Back onto the pad.
Has no problem tackling the broken bridge, which he did yesterday as well, but in reverse.
Mm-hmm. And we saw him already get a huge lache, so this lache should be no problem for him. Awesome. Just like that. Up to the final obstacle. Minute 30 remaining.
He's on track for a full clear, I believe.
Yep, and you definitely know he's looking for that first place as well. Hunting it, taking just a few extra swings to coordinate himself getting to the peg, and he's going to hit the buzzer at just over 1 minute left on the clock.
Made
Very
sure
nice run.
He hit the buzzer a couple times. Unlike his teammate Benjamin, for some reason there was a little malfunction there with the
2
buzzer.
minutes 51 from Graham, and I believe that is the last of our heat for now. Going to give us just a little bit of time to get our course switched over to our next runners. Coming right back over to our webcam over here. What do we think so far about our tier 1? I believe we had quite a few good runners going through that.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. The designers Vita and Alex had intended a flying bar hop, but the creativity of the ninjas came through and they decided, you know what? I think if I generate enough power, I don't need to take the bar to do one flying bar. I can lachey all the way to the end, and you saw that. And for many of the ninjas, it was successful. So
Definitely. You definitely saw a lot of full clears during that course, which is, you always love to see when you're doing ninja. Some of our other ninjas, our smaller ones, were really getting those hops going and making some huge leaps, which is always really cool to see. Um, Now we're out of our younger divisions, right? So we're gonna see some taller ninjas. So we're not gonna have as much height issues anymore, but always really cool to see our younger ninjas being super crafty about how they can use their own height and their body muscles to reach heights that they really shouldn't be able to reach.
yeah, and you know, it was great to see some of the adjustments that the ninjas were making in terms of the skateboard. As we saw earlier on with the younger kids, they came up maybe foot and a half, 2 feet short from the blue pad. But the later runners, I think they were taking note, generating more power on the skateboard, sitting back a little bit low, stiff leg in the front, as you mentioned, and a couple of them slid right up to the blue pad. So good adjustments, just watching the previous runners and making their adjustments.
100%. I believe we're going to be taking a short little break while we get the next heat going. So give us about 5 to 8 minutes, or maybe an hour. I'm not sure what the time is between this, but we will be back eventually with our next runners. So,
Stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned, and we will see you guys in just a second.